Good evening. My name is Mr. Rage22. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get into the subject of this video, I just want to warn that this video deals with some very, very dark and disturbing subject matter. Viewer discretion as advised. Let's talk about online harassment. Now, I feel like this is a subject that not a lot of people want to talk about for good reasons for that. Online harassment, obviously, it's a terrible thing, and it is something that is kind of breaking down our society, and just kind of like it makes me really sad personally. Online harassment, the concept of it, I just find it really horrible. Depending on how bad it really is. I mean, we've all had times where we were just really in a bad mood and we just didn't want to deal with anyone and we just called some random guy an asshole. Stuff like that is okay. We all have our bad days, and like obviously when you're having just a really bad day, like you're exhausted or you're just not in a good mood or you feel like the universe or God himself is just stomping you. Obviously you don't want to be involved with anyone. Like you take your anger out on other people. That stuff is okay. But online gaming and online harassment, you put those two things together and you've got a recipe for disaster. It's like an EF6 tornado meeting a giant volcano. It's a recipe for disaster. Now, the idea of online harassment on Xbox, personally, I have seen online harassment firsthand. I've been through it myself and I've seen my friends and other people go through it. And specifically on Xbox, it is worst. Now, Xbox Live, online gaming in general, it's a huge thing. Like online gaming is bigger than social media. It is bigger. It's probably the biggest thing in the world right now, especially these days since everyone's all cooped up. Online gaming is obviously very popular, always has been. So you have thousands of people all on one platform. There's bound to be conflict because unfortunately us humans are just very destructive towards each other. What's sad but true, unfortunately. Now, Xbox's enforcement, which is something that is supposed to make sure that online harassment is stopped on here, works like shit. Xbox enforcement is absolute garbage. It doesn't do the thing it's supposed to, and it fails to do the very thing that it's supposed to do. Now, I play games like Call of Duty, GTA, Rainbow Six Siege, Dead by Daylight, and as you guys know, these games have communities that are so toxic that you have to wear a gas mask just to actually interact with them. And let's just say, like, man, I've been around, man, and I've been into a lot of fights with assholes on here, and people have said some genuinely terrible things to me. Now, I'm not trying to play the victim card here. Obviously, I could give a shit about harassment. Like, people on Xbox are like, people who play online games in general. To me, if you're someone who can actually have the nerve to actually bully or harass or just trash talk a complete stranger that you don't even know just because of a video game, something that doesn't even matter, something that's not even real, then you are an absolute fucking scumbag. Quite simply, fuck you. Okay, if you're someone who can get on here, play a video game, but then harass someone or say something genuinely terrible to someone that you don't even know, just harassing someone in general just because of a video game, you should not even be playing a video game in the first place because obviously you have some problems. You shouldn't be playing fucking Call of Duty. You should be inside of a therapist. Okay? You are that therapist as Call to Duty. All right? You shouldn't be playing Call of Duty. If you actually have the actual nerve to message someone and harass a complete stranger that you don't even know just because you got mad in a video game, you're a genuine piece of shit. Now, the idea of online harassment on Facebook and Twitter, we've seen this already. I mean, it's still bad, but I'm just saying online harassment with online gaming is way worse with just actual regular social media like Facebook or Twitter. Because people are interacting with each other a lot more with online gaming than just talking on Facebook. Right? Online gaming has a lot more interaction between people. So the online harassment is obviously a lot more worse on here. Now, personally, I'm not trying to play the victim card here. I have been harassed lots of times on Xbox. I could give a shit about these people. To me, these people are just a bunch of basement dwellers who have nothing better to do with their lives, and that's why they actually have the nerve to even trash talk or harass someone because the video game that they're playing means so much to them that they will actually have the nerve to like message someone a terrible message or just plain harassment, just harassing someone, saying horrible things or just very rude things to that person. It's because they don't even have lives. Their lives are already drained. That's why that video game means so much to them. It's near and dear to their heart because that video game is all they got. That's why they actually do this shit in the first place. But it's not bad for me, but the reason it's so bad and why Xbox enforcement is so bad is just because I could deal with it and a lot of other people could. There are people out there who can't. Okay, everyone has different minds and everyone has different reactions to conflict and things like this. There are people who have mental health issues like depression, anxiety, or they are for personally, I think it's worse for people who are self-conscious because here's the thing about online harassment. It's online harassment can be very, very uncomfortable. It can be frightening and it could just be a genuinely terrible experience. You like have all these people who are just saying such horrible things to you and they could really get to you. They could really get to you. They could make you feel terrible. They could make you have unwanted thoughts. They can make you feel insecure. That's the thing that's so bad about online harassment. There are people out there who can genuinely make someone who already has something going on with them feel just so much worse, especially people who have mental health issues. And we've all seen this before, but there are people out there who have actually taken their own lives just because of online harassment. And that's honestly a terrible thing. And it's even worse when you realize that these were children. These were people that had their whole lives ahead of them. But the fact that people, like these genuinely awful people, the fact that they were able to actually make them take their own lives because of the things that they were making them feel by just words is just honestly it's awful. It's a genuinely horrible thing to do to a person. I've been through it myself. I've seen it. I used to be someone who was very self-conscious and very insecure. Obviously, I'm not anymore. I don't let these people get to me, but I don't care if these people are harassing me. I can give a shit about them because, like I said, to me, these are just people who have no lives and have nothing better to do with the little life that they have left. But I know that to people who are like people who have mental health issues, online harassment can be a very terrible thing for those people. The thing about online harassment is it could really get to you. It can make you feel down. They can manipulate you. They can make you feel like you're all alone. They can make you feel like you're nothing. They can make you feel like no one cares about you. They can make you feel like you're gonna be nothing and you are nothing. That's the thing about online harassment. That's what online harassment is. It's basically just people who are trying to make you feel like shit. They're trying to crush you. It's evil, honestly, because like they're trying to crush your spirit. It's like they're trying to crush you. It's like a giant boulder just rolling down a hill and it's like about to crush you and there's nothing you could do about it because often people who are dealing with online harassment feel they could make them like the people who are harassing they can make them feel ashamed. They can make them feel just bad. They could really crush that person. They could really just knock that person down. They could just do really bad things to their head. And that's the thing that's so awful about online harassment because these people they can make you feel like they can make you feel by yourself. They can make you feel isolated. They can make you feel like there's no one for you. They can make you feel like no one cares about you. And there's other forms of harassment too. There are people who could just say some really genuinely awful things to you and that could really hurt you. That's the thing about words. Words can be just as deadly as a gun these days because there are so many people who have problems and mental health that online harassment is enough to just make that person feel so genuinely horrible about themselves or just about the things that are just about the things that they're saying to them, the things that the harassers are saying to them. I've had people who like in party chat on Xbox Live, I've had people who wish that me and my entire family would catch COVID and drop dead, and I've had other people who would just tell me to kill myself and just genuinely terrible things. That's the thing about harassment. There's all kinds of harassment. There are people who could just say genuinely terrible things about you, and then there's people who can say terrible things that can make you feel bad about yourself. And that, to me, that's the worst form. That's the worst form of harassment, because this can genuinely get to people, especially if they already got stuff going on. Like someone who could have something like anxiety or depression, or they could feel self-conscious about themselves. Like online harassment can be worse for these people because they've already got things going on. They may already have depression or anxiety or just something else. They already have bad things going on with their heads. But the thing about online harassment is like that just makes it 10 times worse, because these people can say things to these other people who are sad or depressed or have other problems. They could say things to those people that can actually make them just feel hopeless and want to kill themselves. I've seen it firsthand. You see it all over the news. People kill themselves, or just like I've people also just hurt themselves as well, which is just more sad. They just do these things to themselves just because of what someone said to them online. And that's why online harassment is so bad. People could just say, "Well, toughen up," or just block that person on Xbox. Well, it's not that. That's not how online harassment works. There are people out there who are so genuinely horrible and so desperate to get someone down that they will actually go far enough to make more, like, multiple accounts. And that's another thing that makes online harassment such a, sometimes even a scary experience, because like you feel like you've got all these people saying these horrible things and you feel like you can't get out. They make you feel like you're trapped in this little bubble of them just making you feel horrible about yourself and just saying all these terrible things that get you down. It's genuinely awful. And you've got other people who, like, just trash talk you or try and troll you. That's not the type of harassment I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to get you all confused. I'm talking about a type of harassment where it makes people want to hurt themselves, just, or commit suicide. I'm talking about that kind of harassment. And this happens, like, this could be much worse on Xbox, because Xbox enforcement essentially doesn't work. On Xbox, like, as an example, one guy told me to kill myself. I remember it. I mean, he didn't say just kill yourself, but like his message was about me killing myself. I tried to report that message and Xbox didn't do nothing. Okay? Xbox enforcement, they will only suspend someone's account in a message, in an Xbox Live message, if it's got a swear word. If it doesn't have a swear word, people can say whatever they want to you. They can tell you to kill yourself, they could wish on you to die, they could say horrible things to you. As long as it doesn't have a swear word in it, then it'll basically just go right by the Xbox enforcement team. Xbox enforcement will not do shit. But of course, the minute it's got a swear word, Xbox will suspend that person for a week or like a couple days or whatever. But that's still genuinely horrible. Like, this is the same thing as social media. This is online, okay? There's people on here and like there's communications on here, so you're bound to get into conflict with someone. And the fact that they could say these horrible things to you and get away with it is terrible. And like, these people should not be able to get away, because then that'll just encourage them to keep going. And these people should not be allowed on Xbox in the first place, because like I said, if you're someone out there who could harass someone and trash talk someone or just say genuinely terrible things to just a person that you don't even know, a person that you have no idea what they're going through, just because of a game, just fuck you. Quite simply, fuck you. You're a terrible person. And fuck Xbox too for not doing anything about it, because Xbox's enforcement is just so bad. And that's not even mentioning the fact that we all know what internet booters are, right? Internet booters, the motherfuckers who could basically just take down your entire internet connection. I've had friends who were booted multiple times, even by just a certain individual, and we tried to get that person suspended, and Xbox didn't do shit. We even called up Microsoft, and they didn't do anything. So, yeah, just Xbox enforcement is terrible. But yeah, about the whole harassment thing, online harassment, it's a terrible thing. Okay, just because I and lots of other people could go through it, that doesn't say the same for others who have other issues. Okay, because people respond differently to different things, and getting harassed online is not fun. Okay, it could be a very scary or very just uncomfortable experience, especially to people who are already depressed or have anxiety or just are just going through something or just mentally insecure. Online harassment can be a recipe for disaster for those people, because the thing about harassment is these people are just saying such terrible things to you, and as humans we have feelings, and words can really hurt us. Words can really hurt us, and they could really affect us in psychological ways that are really not good, just really bad. So online harassment, it's a terrible thing, and it's worst on Xbox, because since Xbox enforcement doesn't do the thing it's supposed to, the thing it was designed to do, doesn't work. This essentially gives people who harass others for no reason a free pass to get on here and do whatever they want. All right, so yeah, but anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about online harassment and the subject. I think it's a very awful thing. It's something that's really breaking down our society, and just it makes me very sad for the world. You know, the fact that the fact that there are people out there who have caused others to hurt or kill themselves because they made them feel like just they made them feel so bad and just crushed them, just broke them down. It's really sad. Just really sad and depressing. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the vid. I'm sorry I had to come back in such a dark way because this is probably my darkest video yet because of the dark subject matter. I had no intentions of making this video, but I feel like it's something that I had to get out. And Xbox enforcement, absolute garbage. If you Xbox fanboys still got the nerve to defend Xbox even after what I've told you, then fuck all you Xbox fanboys, all right? Because this is much more serious. I've criticized PlayStation fanboys, I've criticized Nintendo fanboys, but it's a lot more serious here since this is actually a very serious matter. And Xbox is making it much worse because of their non-existent enforcement. So yeah, if you Xbox fanboys still got the nerve to defend Xbox, then you're a genuine piece of shit. You're no better than the assholes that I was just talking about who harass these innocent people. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. If you agreed, and drop a like. Let me know what you think, and let me know, are you a victim of online harassment? Because I've talked to plenty of them, and like that's how I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like because of them and because of experience that I have been through myself. So anyways, guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I've got a lot more videos planned in the future. I said that before in the past and never do it, but trust me, guys, I'm doing better. I do got lots of more videos coming. I'm sure you're gonna love them. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. This was Mr. Rage 22 signing off. Bye bye, guys, and take care out there.